and that way it'll be split as his and hers. Half the world between 3 people. It's math. We're going to leave it alone.
Alright, we're back in the throne room. Get your 3 free treasures. And our magic is lower than the return spell, so no free exit here. Hey, 2 torches. And a key.
Well, if the strength is low, which I didn't get the chance to check in the beginning, they could certainly use those torches as weapons. And, oh, well, we got a little swamp, but we've also got a town, and of course it's Hawksness because the game knows.
So it was a little close there. It's like, oh, big swamp. Oh, no big swamp. Oh, it's Hawksness. Okay, so a few quick gear shifts for the runners in the first 10 seconds.
But yeah, those torches, if you use them as an item towards an enemy, it'll do damage anywhere between 6 to 9 hit points of damage, and DK and Mr. Holmes and Game Boy utilizing them to immediately jump up to level 2, and they're just 1 HP away from level 3.
Diabetes unfortunately ran into a magician, which knows hurt more. So the other runners had much better luck with their encounter, getting scorpions. They might learn right now, though.
Ooh, in stereo in the case of DK and Mr. Holmes. And not too far after, Game Boy finds out the wrath of the magician.
Wrath of Cod. Back to the throne room. Alright, so we have early slimes that seem to be cowardly. Scorpions in the area. Ooh, our runners have Star Spell. Level 2 got your Star Spell. So magicians might not be as scary now.
Looks like we are back. We appreciate your patience as there were some technical difficulties that kept the commentary from occurring here, but it looks like we are back. And we do see DK here in Cantlin. And is hoping to, well, not buy much with that little bit of gold, but does get the small shield.
Again, our prices are back to normal, so no 20 gold silver shields anymore. I gotta do it the hard way.
Definitely has to be earned here.
Alright, our racers have gained close to level 6, significant stat boosts across the board. A few spells here, basic heal and hurt. Actually hurt more as the best you're gonna get for combat spells. No sleep though. You have Style, however, from level 2. And basically you're looking to engage in combat, and your healing is limited. With the swamps though now, the heal spell is definitely a big deal to get around the map.
Level 7, not too far away, at least for Mr. Holmes here, as we're taking a look. 337 is the target number to get to level 7 as far as experience goes. So the skeleton will do it here. Looking at the scorpion on DK's side, and let's see what level 7 brings. Hit points.
Hit points and magic. So, another boost to their base stats there. Hit points are an odd stat, like the more you get the better. You add some strength, add some ability early on to widen your preview what you can and can't fight. But hit points are always helpful.
Now, Holmes looking towards a werewolf here. This is a bit of a bold play. As long as the werewolf keeps casting that stop spell, though, he's all right. But one melee from the werewolf, well, will take out Mr. Holmes.
Curse! Curse! It happened again. Alright, there you have the Troll class enemies in this game. Their defense is low, in fact, they're wearing only dragon scales. So most of them have their modesty. Yeah, in terms of defense, rough going, especially enemies that are found in the last castle of the game. Do 25 to 45 damage to you without blinking an eyelash. DK has a similar strat against this Droll Magi, also powerful, but also focusing on stop spell.
Game Boy utilizing some hurt spells and a little bit of RNG luck, down to 1 HP, but is able to take out that Rogue Scorpion for 70 experience.
And Scorpions are a strange enemy. They have high agility and low hit points, so they take little damage, but you can ride it out as magical damage or torches and fairy water. Diabetes is trying to do the same thing as well.
Oh, Drolls with the Dragon Lord 2 breath.
I'm a little surprised too. I think they fought a few Drolls and had no problems, and suddenly... Oh, by the way, I have this. Diabetes again finally rolls the hurt spell to kill that Rogue Scorpion. So both Game Boy and Diabetes have killed Rogue Scorpion, one of the stronger overall enemies. One of the top class enemies you find near Charlock.
Well, it seems like the good mid-level enemies here, DK and Diabetes are going for here. The Druin Lords and Droll Magi's, they give 58 experience apiece. Wolf isn't too bad either with 40 experience. Oh, but the Droll Magi has the Fire Breath.
Yeah, maybe a surprise. So it was like he was fighting them before, and then, you know, almost the end of the fight, came out with the surprise Fire Breath and almost took it down. Now, DK out of gas, gonna try and either find some easy kills or get back to town. Game Boy level 7.
DK out of resources, going to take the death here, but you can see a little bit of an experience lead for DK and Diabetes, both in the 520 range. Mr. Holmes not too far behind at 501, and Game Boy is at 365.
Which, basic question is Game Boy trying to explore more, see more map, and just escape and try and find town and upgrade some gear. That may have cost Game Boy some long-term grinding. And again, mid to end game, once you're fighting enemies and killing them in 2 shots, 200 experience points can be made up in 3 fights, if that. And so Warlock plus that hurt more, so Magician and Warlock plus that hurt more. I haven't seen the Wizard yet. Did you see a Stone Man?
The challenge at this part of the steed is the decision of how far out do you want to explore versus where do you want to grind and maybe try to get another level. I know at this point, now that heal has been acquired, any level between 8 and 16 could have heal more, and well, that creates a little bit of a conundrum. Because if you wander out too far, you can run into some really tough enemies, like the Green Dragon that Game Boy was able to get away from there. But if you stay a little too close to the vest, you might be missing out on something like Erdrick's Sword or Erdrick's Armor.
The game has exploration. You want to gain experience points. You look for freebies. You want to find coal. You want to find Ribbledar. If you get Ribbledar, you have keys. Then you have the key shop in the castle. Treasuries 4 chests. Goes behind the castle. You find keys. Find Garanham. There's 3 more chests for free. So you really want to find Ribbledar. You want to find a mountain cave to get those chests very quick.
Well, DK just getting to level 8 and a big find or a big acquisition in the spell of Heal More.
So a gamer can't dodge, being able to heal from nothing to full in 1 cast. It's a big deal. Mr. Home right behind, level 8 as well.
So once Diabetes and Game Boy get to the 600 experience mark, they'll also get level 8 and Heal More, and that will expand the options of enemies that they'll want to go for a little bit, because they can heal a little bit more than just the 20 to 25 HP that a heal spell does.
Getting crazy. Armor Knight, which may be trouble. Second angriest enemy in the entire game. Because his golem has a weakness against the fairy flute. The red dragon and the armor knight are basically just merciless, fast, strong, and resist most attacks. Anybody back down? Back to Caitlin. As Mr. Holmes. There's only been ground by Caitlin. I think that little pond that he's been walking around to find those werewolves. Been doing him good. Or plain wolves, not werewolves.
Now, Game Boy restocking on herbs. That is something that's underrated in these seeds, is especially if the heal spells are hard to find, if they're a little bit later in levels, or if you have a minimum amount of magic points. The ability to use the herbs to heal is something that is often overlooked, I would say.
Definitely. Diabetes to look around Hawksness. Trying to sample as anything they're fair. Werewolves, wizards, magicians. DK finds a blue dragon that apparently can use Star Spell on, so I'm not sure if it's being used on him or DK is casting on the dragon. I missed that first part.
There's the heal more, and I think Diabetes was hoping for that, and we're going to take a peek at what's in Hawksness here.
Offhand, you can, hurt
Oh, it's the red dragon.
No. That dragon's gonna be there for a good long time. Alright, red dragons don't care about magic. They don't fall asleep very well. They do those hurt spells. And this dragon's a bite dragon that only wants to attack. Looking at the highest strength in the game outside of DL2, repeatedly punching in the face for massive damage.
Yeah, and at Diabetes' current attack power, that's a coin flip to do 0 to 1 hit points of damage.
You can crit and do like, what, 7?
Yeah, a max crit will get 43 hit points of damage. And the red dragon can have up to 106.
You can just, some button frames, put around in space, and manipulate 3 crits. No problem.
Easy peasy. Maybe not.
I mean, I wouldn't try it. Alright, Diabetes heading outside. This Hawksness is... It would be nice to find armor or a sword there, but that's not happening right now, so we're gonna go elsewhere and seek our fortune in another place. Strip wants to get lots of hit points and throw fairy water so the cows come home. Not the worst choice.
Yeah, the primary offense at this point, as we're almost 25 minutes in, has been the hurt spell. None of our racers have a weapon as of yet. And that seems to be the most consistent damage dealer.
Yeah, it's rough too when you're doing heal mores and hurts. Like you're doing it, cast by cast. Every time you do damage to an enemy, you're spending 15 magic points. So makes fights very, very dried out, very draining. She's climbed down. We're seeing little differences. We're seeing that Mr. Holmes. Actually, I think 3 in belts, I think. We see that's like 17 boy, that's why. But DK and Mr. Holmes, you see next thing the stats. One's got a strength build, one's got an agility build. Hey, Charlotte.
As you can see, there's already the bridge over there. No need to search for the silver harp or trade it in for the staff of rain. No stones of sunlight needed. No air token needed. All of that is by the wayside, as you have the access to get in there, You just need the strength and agility and everything to be able to get in there and survive.
Alright, DK finds a freebie cave.
Ooh, and a
Magic
magic key.
Oh, I grind those up. I would happily grab 2 or 3 of those, then just try and grab the treasury in Charlock. Wait, you can't do that. You know why? Long Charlock. You gotta do it the hard way.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a trek to Charlock. You have those barrier tiles to deal with. That has thrown me for a loop on a few seeds that I've been practicing with this.
Definitely. The good news is you can go back home to the castle, open up the key shop there, buy keys there as well, raid the treasury, raid the basement, see what happens.
Well, whatever that cave was, DK didn't get very far into it because a green dragon said no. Yeah, probably the mountain cave, just based on the couple of steps, but we'll have to wait a little longer to find out for sure.
It's okay, you know why? We're home, we have money, let's go buy some keys. Our homes is still fighting these Joel Magi's and mid-class enemies getting more experience points. Diabetes go to this big old swamp. And Game Boys and Park Unknown.
DK gonna give us our first look here at the treasury. We have an herb, a curse belt, some gold, and some more gold.
Otherwise, Tim will keep falling Dragon Lord. That's the treasury. The metal arms. Well, plus that, you can buy more keys.
Why not? The door's already open.
And then gold grind possible. So you have 2 chests there for gold grind available. You find Mountain Cave, we'll get back to it, or find the Garen's Grave down here. Open a few chests. The option to put in that stuff. Never mind, it's a jerk.
Yep, this time it's the unnecessary Rainbow Drop Cave.
So, basement's Rainbow Drop Cave, and to the southwest of the castle is the Staff of Rain Trading Cave. So, these old men will stay there, be old and cranky, and not get what they want. Because we don't need them this deed. The game is full of keys. So, you find Garen Ham, you find Ruldar, the free chest down there. Then you go to Caitlin and try and find coordinates. Maybe the stores by the castle. You never know.
And a note in chat, a great sign that they're still taking scorpion fights at level 8. Given the way these seeds tend to go, sometimes you just take what you can get.
To be fair, that was a rose scorpion. Yes, duly noted. If enemies are too strong, you have no gear, you're still limited with what you can do, especially with no hurt more.
DK just a little short for everything at that first shop. That 900 gold, perhaps looking for a hand axe or maybe a large shield. He's going to sell the cursed belt. Perhaps upgrade to a half plate here. Get some defense.
Not a bad choice. The drones in the big old swamp here. I find any little stupid. You can find the town, find a cave, get to. Diabetes playing Dance of Werewolves, and Game Boy fighting the Jerkbird. I see past that with her spell again.
Now here's level 9 for Mr. Holmes. 3, 10, 8, 5, and another spell. Ooh, 32 north and 15 west.
It's not too bad. At least on paper.
Yeah, if there's some open fielding there, then that may be countable on foot. DK will try to probably trek it out now, I would imagine.
Yeah, certainly, not much else going on. Still have no gear. Having armor to annoy these swamps or having a sword to just start chopping things in half. Otherwise, in the world to find.
DK, you're going east.
So he is.
I'm just gonna go check the tape to make sure I didn't misread it.
Nope, as my good friend says, playing Mahjong, east is east. And that right now is definitely east. You choose out the point that the map might be really janky. You might have to do a full loop around to get to that side. We'll find out.
Yeah, it does go up and around.
Alright, so DK's gonna try and pick some corners here, little tiles to base off of, and try and recount where you're at across that little isthmus. We're getting to isthmus territory. Yeah, that DK can count north correctly, then just head west until you find it.
Yeah, it seemed unorthodox when I looked at it, but then I have to remember, who am I to question the defending summer tournament champion?
Well, no fact, DK stands for defending king. That might be true. DK is level 9 in this little search here. And we have Radiant, so dark caves are not a problem. Mr. Holmes finds Charlotte. Which means Mr. Holmes will be close to finding that cave with a freebie key.
Mr. Holmes now going to find his magic key and probably stock up.
There we go. Holmes finds the key and says, "Hello, key." Okay, still trying to carefully count.
Oh, nice to get away there from the armored knight.
Alright, there you go. Just taking past the armor knight. A big deal. DK, really close to the end of the world here.
It's kind of checking the perimeter. Thinks he's got a beat on it.
It's in the area, but oh man. There are a lot of stops, there are a lot of combats, there's a lot of running away. The level gain took a lot of time. Alright, Mr. Holmes raids the treasury.
This was a long, winding way to get there, so this is, I mean, DK is certainly committed to the search here.
Yeah, there's definitely I don't know. You're about to say sunk cost fallacy if it turns out to be there's armor, but definitely a lot of work, a lot of time. And hoping that it's in the ballpark here. And Brian was mentioning that the search tiles with these flag things can have coordinates and then be removed because we're not worried about the story stuff. Just doing Three's Company. So perhaps you can find the tile and be correct and have it not matter.
DK looks to be leaving the search behind for now and is going to press on with, I would imagine, exploration and
Game Boy finds keys.
Game Boy gets the keys as well.
So, only diabetes not found in that cave right past Charlock. Battles are stronger. Racers still have no gear, really. So, these fights are still knocked out. I got hurt spell into some damage. Just back and forth with small fireballs. Just going to send that to Caitlin, perhaps. Charge the batteries. Buy some stuff.
Yeah, and don't look now, but Diabetes has quietly crept up to level 10 here and about 500 experience lead. No power, 3 agility, 3 hit points, and I believe it was, what, 15 MP?
15 MP and a spell. It's either outside or sleep.
Looks like it was sleep.
Sleep's very handy. Also, DK learning the hard way after multiple fights with them, not seen it before. Wraith Knights actually have hurt more. W's checking out the chill in the Caitlin Inn. Game Boy returning home to find out the basement cave is useless. Now we're at Treasury and find some gold, and that's about it. Mr. Holmes also finds the coordinates. Let's see if Mr. Holmes can play the serious spot. Hey, it's Breckenary.
Good place to rest at the inn for an inexpensive 6 gold, but unless you have money to buy weapons and otherwise, it doesn't get the love that the other towns get, but it does have usefulness. There is a fairy water shop there as well as an item shop.
The fairy water shop could be useful as a... As Beta mentioned in the chat before, that you an option for the Boston spot is just load up on fairy waters and just bring them at the Red Dragon until it falls over. So you can buy yourself 8-pack grenades and try to make it work.
Ooh, and the Stone Man has what we call the Wombo Combo, the Sleep Spell and the Dragon Lord 2 Breath. That does damage of anywhere from 65 to 72 hit points of damage.
So it might be a scary problem later on. DK also finds Garanham. Not Garanham, this is Rimmaldar.
A set of vanilla wings behind the 2 doors, but there's a free key shop there. Well, free to access, but the keys cost 53 gold apiece.
Alrighty, so no look yet. Everyone wants to find Garanham. Wants to find 3 chests and an extra cave in the back. That'd be so grand. With a desert full of roast scorpions and mid-class enemies. So you can have the half plate. Actually engage the werewolf and take hits for like 17 and 20 damage instead of 35. Oh no. Never gets away. And Mr. Holmes also fighting the werewolf. So both our races are now moving to a little higher fare. These are very long, drawn-out fights.
Yeah, it's definitely touch and go, as you're not gonna do a whole lot of damage to them, but it's a high risk, high reward scenario.
I'm DK. I'm pondering. Let's see. No, the dragon's nasty. There's a lot of trouble to go through. Like sneaking the Charlock and trying to steal the treasure stuff. It's somewhat tempting, but then against when we heal mowers and your combat ability is nil against high-class enemies, other than.
Alright, so it looks like Mr. Holmes has found the 32 North and is just walking west and finds the fairy flute in the swamp. Oh, DK's count was too far to the west.
DK is about one screen too far. And I got the fairy flute, which might be useful if the spike tile before DLs the golem. DK goes to Hawk's Nest and flails against the red dragon, and still cannot hurt the red dragon, unfortunately. In with Man's Coordinates, we'll probably do a long roundabout count as well.
Yeah, even with that 64 attack power, as Chad is mentioning here, on that red dragon, we talked earlier about a coin flip of 0 to 1. At least now you're up to anywhere from 4 to 9. So you just have to outlast 17 attacks by the red dragon.
It's really viable. Alright, Holmes now befluted. He's heading back to the world trying to find more spots. Where's Garenham? Where's Rumbledar? Where's my caves? Where are my other chests? Because I'm running out of places to search that are not Charlock.
Well, we haven't found Garen's grave yet. We haven't found Garenham, nor have we well, we found the mountain cave, but about 2 steps in, I think DK took a death to it, if I recall correctly.
Yes, Mountain Dew with the Green Dragon. So down there, Mr. Holmes finds the twin cities of Breckenary and Rumbledar. Back to the castle. DK is the field, trying to find more stuff. I don't think Mr. Holmes goes to the town or tries to find something sneaky. Mr. Holmes is actually punching the wizards, because wizards resist hurt very well. So, you're better off hitting them yourself.
Good for a nice 120.
Game Boy also trying to wrestle this dragon to the ground. Gets a crit for 38. So, gets 2 crits in a row.
Wow, nice double crit.
Game has had enough of that dragon's crap. So, roll them bones. Take those odds in your favor. So Blue Dragons have Stop Spell. I'm not sure they're Stop Spell happy, or they simply just have it in their repertoire.
Well, it is hard to say.
I'd say it's Stop Spell happy. I've seen about 5 in a row now. Diabetes learns Snowman has got sleep. This is the Fire Breath. Just got put to sleep and punch repeatedly. So the true secret remains for Diabetes. beginning of the race, we're still trying to do these mid-level fights. Trying to just grind it with the can experience-wise. Rogue Scorpions, lower Sherlock enemies, Demon Knights now getting punched by Game Boy.
Oh, we see a comment in chat. Nice level 11. Yeah, 1 power, 6 agility, 5 hit points, and 1 magic point. But spell of outside.
That's nice. Diabetes is taking that level and walk right to the Red Dragon and just punch it in the face. And see what happens.
Well, I mean, 67 attack power, you're looking at a damage range of 5 to 11. So, at worst, if you're hitting on average, you're looking at 14 rounds of 14 attacks you gotta lay down.
Definitely pretty high MP pool, so the healing is definitely in play.
Oh, and a nice crit will help.
Yeah, crits are good. Use the doubles, crits will help that balance it out. It's like watching a Dragon Lord fight. We're trying to roll the doubles here. See when we get our stats for.
Only 2 more heal mores left. I have not been keeping track of the total, and again, with a range of 80 to 106. But Diabetes takes it out.
Down goes DL0.
And all for naught.
Oh no! Well, that's 255 experience points.
And now just looking to get sent back, and I can't say as I blame him.
Alright. DL0 wins the long fight. Lose the battle, wins the war. Yeah, the Red Dragon just fights. It's got no spells, has no abilities, just bites repeatedly. So, it's actually more dangerous than you think it would be. You'd rather have like a weak spell, like a hurt, or a stop spell. Even heal's not so bad if you have the ability to kill it. But having that as a boss tiles to be a non-stop brawl. Alrighty. Mr. DK fills magic points, heads back out. Mr. Holmes and Game Boy are back afield trying to find more mysteries. Notably the Grave of Garen, Garenham itself. Otherwise, you've seen, I think, everything else.
I don't think we've had... Did we have a full exploration of the mountain cave? I don't think we have yet.
Nope, we had 2 steps of Mountain Cave, but no one's gone back to it. But Mr. Holmes found coal, so coal might have something good here. Nothing. Alright, no free lunch to the seed.
Certainly not, and there is still the possibility that those Erdrick's items could be inside of Charlotte Castle.
Yep. The most recent actual release of the Dragon Warrior randomized by McGrew. Yes, certainly mixing into the chests. Your stuff. Hey, look at this spot in the very, very southwest corner of the map. This is Garenham.
Well, this could be huge here for Holmes.
Game Boy chest in Hawksness.
Herb, gold, and gold.
Oof. Zonk. He wants to give nothing back. He's just totally trolling everybody. Is the grave?
Ooh, it's the bottom of Swamp Cave. So we have our princess rescue spot, but man, is it out of the way.
Yeah, it's way far away. I would almost leave the cave north and see where it pops out and maybe get lucky by the castle and just missed it last time. Otherwise, saving the princess might be a problem.
I might take a peek just to give us an idea of what we're in for. Oh, and Home getting the stop spell here on the Green Dragon, which is rather one to cast Hurt More.
Not Hurt More, a lot of powerful spells. Game Boy engaged Red Dragon Hawk's Nest. Try to get a double, and got screwed for it. Going right back in. DK and Diabetes a field, trying to find more towns. Yeah, I almost want to go through this cave and see if the grave is on the other side of it. Just pop out into this island and another cave there. Ooh, Green Dragons heal more too, so Green Dragons have Hurt More and Heal More. So stop spells definitely a must.
Certainly is ideal. And now on the other side, Home's going to do a little bit of meandering here.
So we're on the far west of the map as well. This could be the very well northwest corner. So the cave might be a little southwest to northwest. Diabetes finally finds the keys. Yep, that's Diabetes' first key. It was right past Charlock. Last one to find the keys. We'll probably inevitably head back to the castle and do the whole sweep around and find out that most things are still hidden. Yeah, search the world. But even Garenham had nothing to it. Rumaldar had a pair of wings. Garenham had herb and gold. You gotta find those caves. Mountain Cave and Garen's grave seem to be the only things we have left to look for. Besides Charlock itself. Oh, Mr. Holmes ends up at that's the free key cave. So, Swamp Cave is a little close to Charlock than we thought it was. That means it's the treasury. So we get the bad news that it's very planned, very, very plain. Get back in Breckenary. Game Boy grinding Hawk's Nest, fighting wizards, trying to get the experience points to face that red dragon. Each time was fighting the green dragon in the overworld. It's in the swamp caves, a long, dragon out fight.
We see a large shield purchase at Breckenary for DK, as Diabetes sees the Rainbow Drop Cave at the back end of Tantagel.
DK might be suited up for a Charlock dive. Just getting as much armor as you can with the money you have. Just trying to run and heal your way to the treasury. Because only Holmes has found the swamp cave so far. So DK has not seen the very, very far walk to the swamp cave. Lorgan for the raid. Hello, raiders. Enjoy our race here. About an hour into it, we're trying to find ourselves some goods. We found keys finally. We have found no armor, no gear, no freebies. We found flute and overworld map, and coal and Hawk's Nest are both zonks. So hard pressed to find any good gear. There's Mountain Cave. Alright, so Mr. Holmes going back to Mountain Cave.
DK now finding out about the Hurt More.
Alright, first cave. Big stick in Mountain Cave. First chest.
Well, there we go.
So the side advantage now.
And the armor! Mountain Cave hiding all the goods.
Alright, I mean, do I even check the last chest? I have my armor, I have my sword. Not much else to find around here. So Mountain Cave has the goods. Best gear in the game, hands down. Let's find that necklace or possibly try and find... Yeah, how much else in that last chest? Fire's ring, perhaps? Death necklace?
Can't go wrong with a fighter's ring. Here comes level 11 as well for Mr. Holmes as a golem takes out Game Boy. Diabetes back at the castle, and DK continuing to meander through, and Holmes was debating casting outside, but is going to press on to check that last chest, potentially.
Yeah, I thought twice. Just figures, why not? Can't hurt. Diabetes is now going to attempt to count the long roundabout path, that fairy flute. We know it's fairy flute. Diabetes is not, so it's going to be a long, windy walk to nothing. Using the Urge Sword as the power of the sword, basically doubling the attack power of Mr. Holmes.
Oh, and Holmes does opt to exit the mountain cave without checking that last chest, but not before taking out a blue dragon for 180 experience.
We finally got one. That's one thing about losing chaos. We actually guarantee 180 showing up. Alright, so Mr. Holmes, seeing already the benefits of the armor. Healing 1 hit point per step, ignoring swamps, ignoring barriers, ignoring stop spell, and reducing hurt and fire breath attacks by a third. DK has made the walk all the way down to Garenhan. And simply walked out of town, I believe.
And so too has Mr. Holmes.
Oh, DK came into Swamp North. Okay, so DK did the whole way around. So yeah, Swamp North is actually by Charlock.
Well, that's convenient.
So if I'm Mr. Holmes, I might go here and get the best shield I can get my hands on. One large shield. Let's try and dive the princess, shall we? You see the difference here, like Diabetes still fighting these werewolves, and there's long hurt battles. DK is punching these Rune Lords, not doing some decent damage now, level 11, having the strength to do real damage. But yeah, all racers are basically just, other than Mr. Holmes, are fighting for damage. Armor Knight. Shouldn't be too shabby, unless the armor has some tricks up his sleeve.
It just looks to be swinging so far.
We're charging. DK fighting this blue dragon, we think the mountain cave. Valve Ranger Mr. Holmes trying to get past his armor knight. There we go.
There's the first step, rescuing the princess. Now it's just a matter of getting down to the bottom of Charlock without dying.
Really think, oh, I'll save real fast, and once I save, I can just make dives. No, you can't save. The princess in the throne room, she says, I'm gonna sit right here and never leave. So if you want to do Three's Company, you can't save your game. Alright, DK, that long, dragged out fight against that blue dragon. Herb. Wings. Oh, DK is actually in Garen's grave. which is not good because you know Garen's Grave is going to be just Zonkfest. Nothing doing there. Mr. Holmes, as soon as you the Alright. In Garen Hand, recharge our batteries in Garen Hand.
So we'd initially missed it, but Diabetes getting level 12 and a big 35 HP boom.
And also getting their hands on the Mountain Cave and all the goodies therein.
And there's the armor. And Diabetes immediately outsiding.
Yep, all you want. Big sword, big armor. We're out of here. Game Boys fight the Red Dragon and Hawksnest. We have battle. And DK is currently clearing out the grave, which we know is going to be maybe a fighter's ring and death necklace.
Oh, there's the fighter's ring.
Fighter's ring is in Garen's Grave level 3, a little corner chest. Well, that's the deep dive to the last one. Alrighty, Mr. Holmes in Charlock.
Now this is a smart play. I don't know if he was planning on running from a bunch of the enemies here, but this will give him exactly 3,000 experience, which will get him level 12.
We'll see what lies therein. The Diabetes thing has as well. It's not a huge boost, but every little bit helps in this part.
Well, in the case of those hit points, that'll be rather notable for Mr. Holmes.
Yes, so again, if you're trying just to escape, your goal is to just have enough, like, survive a fight and get out of there. So having, was it 127 is the max? Maybe a little bit less.
32, yeah, because of the Agility MP build.
Yes, Mr. Holmes chose Agility MP over Strength HP in hopes of, getting Charlock and running away faster. So the build was chosen likely to get the princess downstairs, not to beat the Dragon Lord. You see the difference there between Diabetes having 127 and Mr. Holmes having 117, but also having 6 more points of agility.
And DK going for a gold grind here, so perhaps is going all the way up to the 32,300, I would imagine, to get the Flame Sword, Magic Armor, and Silver Shield. Trying to build up the defense that way.
Alright, Mr. Holmes, still the advantage. We do have repel flags on. I believe you can repel the werewolves and wizards away. And you can look at these dragons. They're kind of fast and furious, but he's running away from most of them in like 1 or 2 rounds. And notched on some herbs. Diabetes is fighting the Armor Knight. I believe that's in front of the princess. DK uses Snowman very carefully. That can't sleep. It's very powerful.
Holmes now on floor 4 of 7. Had a little trouble getting away from an Axe Knight and now a Star Wyvern, but is able to do so. And a back attack from a Werewolf.
Werewolf, lose your worries. It's the softest enemy here, so it's not the worst you can have attack it. Alright, we're in the U. Then the straightaway, and then the final patio. Alright, Dives has rescued the princess.
Gets away from the golem, uses another repel, which I believe only gets the
wizards
away, yeah, with 81.
Alright, Dives is
Oh, but
gone.
there's the stone man with sleep.
Oh, sleep. There's a punch. Wakes up, runs away. That could have been bad. I'm not sure if Mr. Holmes knows Stone Man has the hurt more. Or the big breath.
Oh, that's right. They do have that wombo combo, as it's known.
Yeah, I'd be mitigating all my risks right now. So close to the deal. Just knock it out and run away. Oh, there's sleep.
And there's one breath. He does get away this time, though. Uses a heal more.
The next time we see a Stone Man, probably put to sleep.
Oh, we have a golem guarding, and there's the fairy flute coming into play.
Conveniently, the fairy flute, which was kind of a lost cause before, now actually come into play. Could be useful.
Turns out that search, wandering through the overworld, has some worth after all.
Alrighty, Dives a few floors behind. So it was I wouldn't say toilet the goal, but definitely, focusing more on bringing it down than trying to fight safe. But yeah, 46 MP, you got tons of heal mores, herbs in the pocket. And, behold!
So there it is, the discussion of the disco ball and the hot tub, and Mr. Holmes is going to take first place in a huge 5 points with an official SRL time of 68 minutes and 31 seconds.
Again, a rough opening seed. Gear basically non-existent for most of the seed. Didn't find towns worth buying anything for until like 40 minutes in, and I had gold to buy stuff with. Yeah. Just the quick find, not even quick find, just a lucky mountain cave dive. The first time I got smoked, came back later on, and basically went from sword to armor to princess to Sherlock.
Yeah, it was definitely the earlier find, I should say, earlier than the other opponents, of Erdrick's arsenal, for lack of a better term, in the mountain cave that made the difference.
Yeah, DKing Game Boy, if that dies, you over probably scratch my heads when, where the heck's my stuff at? And Dives is probably thinking, ooh, that could have been a lot worse. I could have been smoked real bad if I didn't find that cave.
So Diabetes on the final floor of Sherlock, and looks poised to be roughly 3.5, maybe 4 minutes behind Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, mostly new encounters. Mr. Holmes actually had more encounters on the way down. Diabetes had a pretty smooth walk through here, and it's made away pretty cleanly.
Well, that makes sense. Holmes did deal with the yet to be trademarked Mr. Holmes encounter raid, as he jokes about.
I mean, it's these treasure tiles, so like 1 out of 2, right?
Something along those lines.
Alright, Diabetes fighting the golem. Diabetes also did the flute. So Diabetes did the walk around and found the flute. So, a little bit of a smirk in your face when you realize the last fight tile is a golem. If you want to, you just knock it out and swing it safe. But you're thinking, all the gears in one place. Mr. Holmes already finished behind me. Let me just get this thing kill as fast as possible and cash in my princess. I retract my previous statement. We're below the flute.
Well, the golem being a little more problematic here, but Diabetes able to finish it off. And is now going to accept to split the world here and get out your GGs for Diabetes, who's going to take second place and 3 points with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 30 seconds, just 2:59 behind Mr. Holmes.
There you go. It's just stinking princess.
Question mark? One?
All right, so Game Boy and DK remain. Neither of them has found the mountain cave or have explored it yet. DK looks like he's fighting the Armor Knight Warrior or Guardian right now. We're gonna try and sneak through Charlock with the magic armor, silver shield, and flame sword.
That makes sense. The MP has been on the higher side, so DK figures, all right, I can afford to burn a couple of heal mores having to deal with that barrier tile that with Erdrick's armor is no problem, but if you don't have it, every step that you walk takes 15 hit points away.
The first level is gonna do a lot of damage. You gotta be careful of that. And what else we have here? Game Boy, buy more keys. Alright, he finds Princess Cast outside. Alright, DK, rest up the Motel 6. We're going for a dive.
Game Boy, meanwhile, has level 12. I guess
Fine.
he's looking for gear and other stuff. Now searching in coal's going to find nothing there.
You may rest up after the disappointing find in coal. Alrighty, I got 2 pings in my ear, which means we have our racers here. We have Mr. Holmes and Diabetes with us in the chat room.
GG.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Alrighty, I got 2 pings in my ear, which means we have our racers already. So, Mr. Holmes and Diabetes with us in the walk out, see a big swamp, get scared. No swamp outside, but then see a town. Great. No, it's Hawk's Nest. And it's all downhill from there.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, that has to be one of the craziest maps I have seen in a long, long time.
No swamp
Like,
outside, then
just
town.
nutso.
No, it's Hawk's Nest. And it's all downhill from there.
Well, I mean, first and foremost,
A lot of winding spaces there, a lot of water, a lot of lakes, a lot of curves around. To actually find the flute, you had to walk pretty hard east, then north, then back west. So that was definitely a thing for all the racers to worry about. All the search coordinates being close enough to count, but a little rough on the actual pathing.
Well, that's a really interesting note.
Pretty hard
So when you have
north, then
kind
back
of
west.
windy paths
So
like that, I like to only count one coordinate. So I was literally only counting the north coordinate.
A little rough on the,
And then that's why you would have seen it would take me like 8 searches or so. Just rather than like having to write down all the numbers over and over and over as you zigzag through that craziness, I was just like, well, I'm 8 north. I'm 12 north. I'm 32 north. we're probably west enough. Let's search. And I wasn't quite west enough, but I found it in due time. I was a little disappointed it was the flute, though. I was hoping it was something more aggressive, although seeing the golem spike tile made me happy I had it.
You actually did a pretty good job counting. DK, unfortunately, went too far. Went all the way to the forest. You found the desert tiles. Forest about one screen to the left. DK basically coned the whole forest over trying to find it and had no luck. So, very hard to ballpark that. DK also had a few fights, runaways, gained a level in the process. So trying to keep your count while a lot of stuff's going on. Definitely problems. Forest about one screen
That's
to the
the
left.
worst.
DK basically coned the whole forest over
I'm
trying to
glad
find it
I.
and had no luck.
So my way
Very
of
hard to
counting
ballpark
in the
that.
scenarios is not
DK also had
foolproof, and
fights,
I've messed it up
runaways,
quite a bit.
gained a level
I
in
was
the
like, I
process.
have to do it. It's a
Keep your
league
count while a lot
race.
of
Gotta
stuff's going on.
gotta
Definitely
try.
problems.
And thankfully, I maintained focus even after dying once to a stone man. Who's, I don't know, had some bricks falling out of my shorts on that last floor. I have to do it. It's a league race. Gotta try.
Fair enough.
Thankfully, I maintained
Diabetes, you were
focus
basically
even
right behind Mr. Holmes the entire time. You actually had you had experience lead for quite some time.
I don't know.
You were basically about 5 minutes behind finding the urgent gear, then basically from gear to princess to Charlock. Same path as Holmes, more or less. Diabetes, you were basically right
Yeah,
behind Mr. Holmes
GG
the
to
entire
Mr.
time.
Holmes first and
You
foremost.
actually had
Congrats on the
you had
win.
experience lead for quite some time.
Sounds like this was a pretty fun one to
Basically
watch.
About 5 minutes behind.
But yeah,
finding
that's
the
that's
urgent
really
gear,
interesting.
then
I'm
basically
kind
from
of
gear
glancing
to
at the
princess
restream
to
right now and
Charlock.
seeing who does
Same
and
path as
doesn't have
Holmes.
Erdrick's equipment. So really, I think the story of this one, Mr. Holmes mentioned the map and just what are you going to do for offense and defense the entire seed. I think this is probably one of the seeds that got the most utility out of the utility spells. Whether it's sleep, hurt, stop spell, something. We spent so little time attacking unless you wanted to hit everything for 2 to 4 damage the whole game.
So you say that, and that makes me curious. What did you find being your sweet spot for enemies in this one?
I feel like I moved around a lot. Obviously, like Zone 0 at least had the Scorpions, but we picked up enough strength quickly that everything in Zone 0 wanted to run. And I spent a little bit of time over to the east. There were 2 zones right around some hilly, mountainous tiles. One was the zone with, Wolf Lords, Druid Lords, but the Stone Man was a problem. And I want to say just a few tiles southwest of that was a different zone that had something in it that I like to try to fight. I'll be
I
honest,
want to
don't
say it was
remember.
Droll Magi's because you had a lot of those on your screen.
Okay, yeah, that was it then. Droll Magi were over there, and then eventually it kind of settled in just north of Cantlin. The zone there also, had Wraith Knights, Druid Lords, Rogue Scorpions, and Warlocks. I think we're the only Zonk in that zone, so it actually worked out fairly well also.
Neat. I think I ended up fighting wolves in the south zone of start once I had enough health to survive. But yeah, I had the same issues with enemies wanting to run a lot. Even at like level 8, I would try and hit a magician. I'd hit it for 9 and it would run away, and I'd be like, ah, over and over.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of that. It really, especially with Cantlin being the only thing remotely close, which I didn't find anytime soon. You know, Broadsword was the smallest thing there to pick up other than like a club, I think, maybe. But so you really had to kind of grind up the gold just to get that. So really, the hurt spell got a lot of work in this one, at least for me.
Did you have any butt clench moments on the last floor with Stone Men? Because I sure did.
I don't think so. I think I ran first try from all the Stone Men, fortunately, on the last, because I knew they had the sleep, which was a problem.
And a DL2.
Huh. I don't know if I saw the DL2 breath. I think I had pretty good luck running from them, or earlier in the game just sleeping and getting out of the way.
I think I got put to sleep twice, and man, was I. It's like, no, this is not happening.
Alrighty, DK. Now, Sans Armor and Sans Sword drags Princess down to Turlock and cashes her in.
Official time 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Yeah,
Who needs
GG.
fancy help?
I mean, like, I got the Erdrick's gear, like, right before I hit that big level, so, I mean, if you didn't find it, like, I might have gone too. It's hard to say. With that much agility, assuming he's on an agility build?
Actually, no. DK was on strength HP.
Fair enough.
I had actually already hit the level and still dove into Mountain Cave when I saw it. I think I've done enough of these, not that many lately, but just to know that it's very easy for one bad enemy or one bad zone in Charlock to just absolutely ruin your day. So being a little bit more conservative and going ahead and at least looking for the armor. I think there was a seed race last night, and I chose not to do that. And man, go take a look at Big Slamoo's or Archfield's VOD of that one,
Oh
and see
yeah,
just how bad that spike tile can be.
the Actionite too, right?
Yep, that was the Axe Knight.
Oh man, yeah, that was unreal. Oh, these are crazy. I was actually feeling pretty comfortable with my agility, and until I saw 4 consecutive red dragons on the last straightaway of the first basement. That was the only like nasty thing I saw in there other than Stoneman.
Yeah, stats-wise, we were pretty good for the most part. The only concern, especially if you didn't have Erdrick's gear, would have been, do you see red dragons or do you see armored knights, and do you try to run versus do you try to fight through? And with our strength being just god-awful, especially if you didn't have Erdrick's sword, I don't see as fighting through as a real possibility. You're going to burn like 3 heal mores doing that.
Yeah, at least you're absolutely right. Anywho, sorry to cut this short, but I have a dog that is jumping all over the place and needs to go for a walk, so I gotta head out really quick. GG's to everybody, and thanks to the team, as always, commentators, restreamers, trackers, the like, and all the other racers. So, wish you all the best. Have a good day and take care.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes and GG. And Game Boy F9 searching the treasury, kind of going, where in the daylights is that Erdrick's gear? Finds the death necklace down in the pyramid.
All right, so you're not finding Erdrick stuff. DK in the chat.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
It was all in the mountain cave.
Yeah, and I got sniped as soon as I got there. Decided I was like, let's play it where I go check other places, coal and such, before I went all the way back up there. Never even found coal either.
Well, if you're not, Game Boy's right behind you with the same problem. And even the other racers, even Mr. Holmes and Diabetes didn't find it until about 50 minutes in. So, real hard find.
Yeah, I found it pretty decent, and I was taking a risk with knowing who I was racing against. I wanted to take a risk at trying to get out and explore as early as possible and get out as far as possible. And heck, if that mountain cave would have paid off at that point for me, if I made it through, that might have been huge.
Yep, so Mountain Cave is close to Charlock, a little weird spot there. Garenham Swamp Cave, it enters by the Charlock as well, but also the far extreme southwest corner to find Garenham in the back door. So definitely a roundabout seat for sure. Really weird map and really twisty, long paths everywhere.
I was hoping that gateway down by Cantlin would get over to that southwest corner, but it gets blocked off by like 2 mountains.
I have to ask, did anybody else take a shot at the Red Dragon in Hawksness?
I think everyone's tried at least once. I know you fought through it and got it. What else I didn't fight with that? Game Boy, I don't think ever killed it. I mean, Game Boy tried a few times and just could not get the thing. No, I'm wrong. Game Boy got 2 crits in a row and took it down that way.
Well, that's one way to do it.
The old double crit trick.
Game Boy now very carefully fighting this golem to ooh, another crit. Okay, so another crit in a row. Okay, Game Boy's getting some pretty good crits. Game Boy's getting like 2 in a row multiple times. So alright, so Game Boy's gets these venting a bit, not happy about the outcome, and taking down this poor golem. Alright, golem goes down. Golem comes back for more. So a very slow walk to the Giant Lord, get a few encounters. But Game Boy should be square to go in about a minute or so.
If he doesn't get an encounter every step, as it seems to be. There we go.
My belt's up. His neck is on.
Oh, he's cursing himself, cursing the princess, cursing a few other things, and get out your GGs for Game Boy, who's going to get 1 point and is still in the hunt for the playoffs with a week to go, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 46 seconds.
Alright, again, the Game Boy have me difficulties the map. They choose to explore more than fight more, and unfortunately, exploration in this map was really picky. There's only 2 places to find. The Free Key Cave past Sherlock to open up a few spots, and Mountain Cave had all the goods. So, yeah, no, it was just really rough stuff. Like, it didn't reward exploration. It rewarded luck to an extent. It rewarded that you get to a cave and sneak past the dragons, or you happen to get past Sherlock and find that Free Key Cave. Diabetes actually found it last. You found it well past everyone else did, that Free Key Cave.
Yeah, I was super concerned once I found that, and I was like, oh man, I had explored every other direction. There was no Remolder anywhere. And I'm like, this wasn't that far out of the way. So it was definitely a possibility. The thing that, now that I'm thinking about it too, though, is I like immediately took a death refill off of that. Mountain Cave was like 20 steps to the west. So potentially that could have been a big point to catch up. I think I was like out of resources though, so it probably wouldn't have mattered, but you never know.
All right, hop in the chat. Freshman is Princess Delivery, Game Boy F9.
Oh, hello?
Hello.
Yep, we got you.
Hearing you though. Hang on. Should be hearing you, but I'm not.
We can hear you. I don't know how to get that point across there.
Not hearing anything.
It's a little soft-spoken, but we can hear you.
That ain't gonna help me.
But perhaps he cannot hear us. That could be part of the problem.
Oh, that ain't gonna help me either. Maybe I can hear you here.
Hello? Anything working there? Get it back.
Or he could be pretending not to hear me. It's not the first time I've run into that.
We're getting the old mind in the box trick. Let's see how it is. Oop. There he goes. Alrighty. So, there you have it. 3 company race. Rough gear, a rough overall map and tracking. Hurt spell, MVP. And really, that's really all my thoughts about it. Hard fought and really out of the way princess. You lose everyone's score again? Have you gone quiet once more?
Well, while we're trying to get Game Boy in here, I guess to kind of wrap things up and give his opinion, just echoing Mr. Holmes, want to thank the Restream team as always, Restreamers, trackers, commentators, of course, present company included. This is always a lot of fun. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me, so this is a nice break from all that. Looking forward to next week, and hopefully we'll see a lot more good races as we move into the last round of the league regular season.
Yep, vanilla-ish for week 5.
Game Boy in the chat now. We will do it by text. This Game Boy, you are correct. Is a must-win for you next week. Again, you try to explore the map by my observation. Unfortunately, this map did not care about exploration. Did not reward exploring. It was definitely a grind fest, and definitely the only one spot gave the goods. The free key cave and the mountain cave with all the urgent stuff. That's really all the map, all the game offered you. A little bit south of Charlock, I believe.
Yeah, it was south, west, back north.
Yeah, there was a bridge just south of Freebie Cave, and if you went west instead of continuing south toward Garinham and such into the corner, it was kind of up there against the western edge of the map.
Yep, next week it's a vanilla-ish map, so you'll know exactly where things are. Well, where they're supposed to be. There'll be something in those spots. Not guaranteeing it'll be that spot, but yes.
That will definitely make for a fun and interesting time for sure.
Keep thanking the runners, thanking the Restream team, and we'll see you next week. Of course. Alrighty, so the week is young. We have many more races coming up throughout the next few days. And again, similar settings. So you have more combat intensive, long Charlock, free entry. If you want to come to Charlock, by all means, the door's open. But you got to survive the process.
Yep, just looking ahead at the schedule here, we've got one race scheduled for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on a yet-to-be-determined network. We have a pair of races later in the night on Thursday, 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern. Friday the 26th, we have a 9 p.m. Eastern race. Saturday, it looks like we have a matinee at 2 p.m. Eastern, as well as a night race at 9 p.m. Eastern. And one race is set for Sunday, the 28th. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern, and one more that I can tell you because I'm a part of that group. It's going to be set for Sunday. We just have not settled on a time as of yet. So quite a few more of these races to go. Out of the 11, this is the third one done, so 8 more still to go.
All right, everybody. Any last words about the race? Definitely interesting little step you had here.
Nah, just thanks again for everybody putting this together. It's a fun time even when you suck.
It's hard to say. I mean, this particular seed can be such a slog. So, I don't know if there's anybody who necessarily does well with it here. But yes, that's going to wrap it up here for us. We're going to send things over to Randomania 2, where there's a Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Lally-Ho League race coming your way. So make sure to give our runners a follow. Make sure to show some love to the folks behind the scenes. And for my broadcast partner, the Seawolf One, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe. Good night, everyone.